Hey guys, welcome back to another military video, and today we're going to be reviewing Portuguese lizard. Now, before I get into this video, I would just like to say a few things here. This was, and I'm sorry if this comes off as ranting or rambling, just want to explain why this video has been delayed for a while. So, I originally bought Portuguese brushstroke, I believe back in August, or possibly was early August or late July, but I bought it back in the summer, and obviously it's now around Christmas. So, what the hell happened? So, I was going through a bit of some personal issues that I'm not going to get into, and I was also a bit busy with with a job that I recently got, and so I pushed it off a lot. I tried to do it for a Halloween episode, that didn't work out. I tried to do it for a Thanksgiving video, that didn't work out. So I'm glad we're finally doing this, and I would just like to say to you guys, I am so damn sorry that this video has been delayed for a while. That was not my intentions, and excuse me, that was not my intentions. I 100%, 110% take responsibility for this, and I will make sure that a delay like this does not happen again in the future. And that's about it. So, anyways, you might be wondering, oh, why did you buy this camo? Well, I put up a poll a while ago, back in, I believe it was August, on my Instagram, and I asked, hey, which should I review? Should I review French lizard or Portuguese lizard? And Portuguese lizard ended up becoming the winner. So yeah, that's how I also bought this, and also because I looked at this camo and it looked very similar, and it reminded me a lot of other camouflage patterns that I reviewed in the past, such as Rhodesian brushstroke and U.S. tiger stripe. And I just thought, you know what? Why not add another Cold War era camouflage pattern to my collection? And that's also how it came into my collection. So, yeah, with that little rambling and explanation out of the way, let's go into the history of Portuguese lizard. Portuguese lizard, also known as Portuguese brushstroke, was first developed by the Portuguese Armed Forces in 1955. It was largely inspired by the French lizard pattern that the French army had been using at the time. When the pattern first came into circulation, it was only used by paratroopers, but later on the rest of the Portuguese army began to use it. The pattern became widely popular during the Portuguese colonial war that occurred from 1961 to 1974, as Portuguese soldiers in Angola, Guinea-Bissau, and Mozambique often wore the pattern during operations. Portuguese lizard continued to be used by the Portuguese army until the 1990s, when they began using patterns that are similar to that of British DPM. Although Portuguese lizard has not been used by Portugal since the 1990s, the pattern is still used by countries such as East Timor and Mozambique. Now, with the history of Portuguese lizard out of the way, let's try it on. And here's what it looks like, folks. Now, wearing this again after, a bit of a long time, it feels very good, because the first time I wore this camo pattern, I was very thrilled to do it, because it reminded me a lot of two camo patterns that I did. Well, not did, but when I wore them for the first time. Rhodesian brushstroke and U.S. tiger stripe. And this really does have a mix of that. So a little bit of, as I said before, a little bit of Rhodesian brushstroke and a little bit of U.S. tiger stripe and all. And it feels very, very cool to wear this, because this is a camo pattern that only, as I said before, only a few countries nowadays wear. And getting this, it's not as rare as, say, like Taz 83, but when you see it, but if you find any website, whether that would be like What Price Glory or Commando Store or whatnot, selling this, it's definitely a buy, because this is just, it's awesome. I also do love the pockets on here, like most field shirts, and I also like the little details, such as the little shoulder strap thingies. I believe these are put on here so that way it's easier for chest rigs and Sam Brown belts to be put on. I could be wrong about that, but to anyone watching who kind of knows why a lot of armies put these like little chin things on here, you can correct me down in the comment section, say if I'm right or wrong or not. And another thing that I do like about this is kind of on how snug it is. Now, people might be saying, oh, well, Dawson, the shirt might be a little bit too big for you. Well, it's because I'm kind of a big guy, but also I don't really have a problem with it personally, because I know it looks like the sleeves are a little bit too big, but an easy resolve of that is me rolling the sleeves up thanks to the little buttons right here. So obviously you can unbutton them. This is going to be a little bit some technical difficulties. And once you unbutton them, trying to get this little doohickey trying to unbutton. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay, let's see if it's going to unbutton. Come on. Come on. All right, there we go. And once you've unbuttoned them, you can easily roll them up like so. Just like that, and right that on the other side, and voila, your sleeves are rolled up, and it's perfect. And I would recommend doing that, say if you're out hiking or you're out in the field doing manual labor or whatnot. And like most field shirts, what I really like are these pockets. Now these pockets, as I said before, with most field shirts, I really like these pockets because if you have something small, say like a phone or some chapstick or your earbuds or maybe some money, like some dollar bills or some coins, you can easily put it in there and make sure that those things aren't getting loose or whatnot if you're out, as I said before, hiking, maybe traveling or doing anything else. And yeah, that's pretty much what I like about it. And in general, just as I said before, the look and feel of it is just very... obviously, this was made during the Cold War, and I love that Cold War era aesthetic to this camouflage. So, with my shirt out of the way, let's talk about the pants. And here's what the pants look like. Now, wearing these just like the shirt, they feel very, very comfortable. And in general, it feels good to wear these again. And like most cargo pants and field pants that I reviewed, what I really like the most is the amount of pockets you get. So obviously, you get your front pockets right here, and you also get your side pockets right here, and obviously your back pockets. And what I like, a very unique thing that I like about these is how you, button the little... is how you close and button the side pockets right here. So there obviously is a button on the side right here, which you can't really see. Same for this one. And what I really like the most is, as I said before, how you close it. So let's start with this one. So obviously you close it with this little hook thing. And once we get that done, a little bit of technical difficulties again. Apologize for that, folks. All right. So now you hook it. Now, you still have the pocket that's a little bit open, but thanks to this little hatch, you can easily close that down. Same thing for this little guy. You can easily hook it with this little hook doohickey thing. Just gotta make sure it gets in there. I'm sorry if there's any technical difficulties. Okay, there's not. And now, still open? Now, it's not. The hatch is closed. And now, obviously, what I also like is how deep the pockets are. It's very good, especially say if you're hunting or you're out hiking in the wilderness. You can easily put in your phone or magazine or map or whatever the hell you want to in these pants. Maybe even like a phone charger, or maybe, as I said before, money, maybe a water bottle, whatever the hell. I'm pretty sure that it would be very good for these pockets. And another thing that I also would like to note about this is both the shirt and the pants look alike. Now, you might be wondering, Dawson, why are you saying that? Well, it's because I've reviewed with some camo patterns in the past. I think it's with recently Taz 83, also maybe Flecktarn and Tiger Stripe and some other patterns I reviewed. I've gotten patterns where you get the kind of same exact pattern for the shirt, but the pants look a little different. This is not the case. This is not the case at all. With the shirt, you get the usual dark greens, browns, and light browns. Same for that, you get the exact same colors, the same dark green and light browns and dark browns, which I find unique because I like consistency and all that other stuff, you know? And what would I recommend wearing this? Would I recommend buying this and wearing this? Absolutely. It feels very snug on me, and I'm pretty sure it would feel very comfortable on you. Now, for the environment, I would have to say you would have to wear this sometime in maybe the spring or the fall. The spring or the summer. Obviously, you can wear this anytime you want, even if it's like the fall or the winter. I wouldn't really recommend the winter, depending on where you are, especially if it's snowing, because, dark camo and, snow, it doesn't mix. It does not mix together. However, if you're if you're in a state like, say, Florida, that is a bit more, that has more warmer weather, yeah, I would definitely recommend wearing this. Another thing that I also would recommend about this is I would recommend wearing this, say, if you are in a swampy or rainforest or jungle environment, because well, this pattern was kind of made years before the Portuguese colonial war, and I'm pretty sure this camo pattern was very effective for Portuguese soldiers who wore this in parts of Angola or Guinea-Bissau or Mozambique and whatnot, because I would say it would be, because judging by this, obviously I haven't tested it out in, say, a swamp or a jungle or a rainforest, but what I think this pattern could be, do I think this pattern could be effective in those type of environments? Yeah, I would say so. And in general, I 100% would recommend buying Portuguese lizard. It's a very, it's just, these are, it's just, I'll explain it later, but it is just, it's amazing wearing this pattern again, and words cannot describe how much I like wearing it. So, yeah, that's a bit of the pants and also a bit about the camo, but let's go on to my final thoughts on Portuguese lizard. In conclusion, would I recommend buying Portuguese lizard? Well, in my humblest opinion, 155% hell yes, because this is a very cool and very iconic camouflage pattern. And in my opinion, there's something unique about camouflage patterns, especially those that were made during the Cold War, whether it's British DPM, Rhodesian brushstroke, US tiger stripe, or US woodland, or in this case, Portuguese brushstroke. It is just, Portuguese lizard. It is just, it's almost perfect in a way and very cool. And I would definitely say that this was I'm not sure if I'm correct or not, but I'm pretty sure this was also a very effective camouflage pattern for Portuguese soldiers who were fighting in the Portuguese colonial war, whether they were in Angola, Guinea-Bissau, or Mozambique, because this is just, again, a very awesome camouflage to have, and also in general to own and wear and whatnot. So, as I said previously, I would mainly recommend wearing this camouflage pattern, and I don't mean to be a broken record, mainly in, like, say, rainforest or jungle or swampish environments, because in my personal opinion, that is where this camouflage pattern is going to be the most effective. And I would have to say it's just, in general, or if you're just a fan of camouflage like me, it's a very iconic pattern to have, because I wouldn't say this is a rare pattern, but if you are able to find it, whether it's online or at a military show or a gun show or whatnot, and you're able to find this, I definitely would recommend buying it, because it's very iconic. It's a very cool camouflage pattern, and once you own it, you're going to be, maybe depending on it, you're going to be owning a piece of history. So yeah, that's about it. And that's basically my opinions on this. I find this a very cool camouflage pattern, and yeah, that concludes my video on Portuguese lizard. And if you like this video, make sure you click the like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this next week when I review another camouflage pattern, another one that is European. This is going to be a re-review, if that makes any sense, because my older video on it was not so good, and I made some editing mistakes to it. And you might be wondering, oh, what video are you referring to? Well, I'm not really going to surprise you here. It is going to be German Flecktarn. So, until next week, this has been another military video, and that has been it. Bye!